troubleshooting. Okay.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome back to the final Marx Library Live of the semester.
Dun, dun, dun. It's finals week, almost.
Almost. Next week is finals. So we're going to talk to you about finals. But I guess we should introduce ourselves.
Yes, you go first this time.
Okay.
Oh my god, who am I? Okay.
I'm Stephanie Eversard. I'm the social sciences librarian.
Oh my god.
Who am I?
Who are...
I am the social
Stephanie
sciences.
just had an existential crisis, like right here in the studio. Who am
I?
I?
Are you surprised?
What am I doing with my life?
Librarian.
Who? Okay.
I'm a social sciences librarian here at the Marx Library at the University of South Alabama. And
right.
Here's Beth, whose identity is a little bit more
concrete.
Concrete.
Maybe we'll see if I can get it out. I'm Beth Shepherd. I am the Arts and Humanities librarian here at the Marx Library. I did a little bit better than you did this time.
Considerably better.
Okay, so this week, as Stephanie very cutely and cleverly put in the Instagram, what do you call
Marketing?
Advertisement?
Promo?
I don't know. Promo. Let's go with promo like they would in the biz.
That's right.
Stephanie and I have done a lot of school.
A lot of school.
Like, way too much to be making as little as we do. No, I'm kidding. A way bunch of school. So,
way bunch of school.
Which it shows, right? God, our brains are done. Okay, you guys' brains are done. Our brains are done too. So we thought this time, right before finals, we would put together just a couple
strategies
that we have learned through experience. Like, we sound like old, that's not like my mother, like, do as I say do, not as I have, whatever. What is it?
Not as I do.
Do as I do.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah, that one. Learn from us. So we're going to talk about some tips and strategies for making it
through finals week.
And while we do that, we're going to talk a little bit about how the library will support some of these tips and strategies, like stuff we're doing and stuff like that. Okay.
All right.
So let's talk about the first. I have a list.
Mm-hmm.
Stephanie and I got together and we're like, what makes sense here? So let's talk about the first one, which I think a lot of students tend to forget, and that is make time for, and this is a silly word, but renewing activities. And by that, I mean things like
taking time to refresh. So that could mean taking a walk, getting a cup of coffee.
If you're a gym goer, don't stop exercising.
Yeah.
Right?
Maintaining your schedule is really, really
So if
important.
you're a gym goer and you go every day, keep going. Like, make the time to go, because your body is going to be stressed out anyway, and exercise is a great stress reliever. But that being said, don't start an exercise routine this week either, right? So if you aren't an exerciser, don't go run 6 miles and think things are going to be great, right? You're going to feel like hot garbage, and so just keep doing things that you're doing.
You're going to be sitting in your exam like,
I can't move my leg. Pick leg. So if you're an exerciser, keep exercising. If you meditate, continue to meditate, right? So just whatever you do to kind of clear your headspace, continue to do that thing.
And we're going to have a few things in the library next week designed to help you with some of those renewing activities. So we're going to have, my personal favorite. We're going to have a Play-Doh station in the Learning Commons.
Don't need it, but
don't need it. I mean,
play with it.
It's just
something about taking a time and playing with something with your hand is like a mental. We'll talk about this in a second.
Endorphins, man.
Well, it's like a mental break. You totally check out and fiddle with something.
So we're going to have that set up starting Monday.
Where's that going to be?
In the Learning Commons.
Okay, cool.
Okay, we're also going to have, we always have coloring sheets out, you probably have noticed, but we're going to have special coloring sheets for the end of the semester, including a design your own ugly holiday sweater.
Oh,
yeah.
Game on. Okay.
And we're going to have the USA Meditation and Mindfulness Club is going to come and lead a meditation session.
I need to go to that.
Yeah. And I think it's going to be one day next week. We're still working on getting all the details ironed out, but keep a look on social media.
Yeah, you guys keep a lookout for that, because if you don't have meditation practice, that may be a great foray into one.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So keep those renewing activities. Take some time to schedule that in, right?
Yeah, and I think it's important to emphasize that, because sometimes when you're studying for finals, it feels like that's all you should be doing. Like, you're wasting time if you're not studying.
Right. And you're not.
But you're not. No, the opposite is true. Like, if you're not taking care of yourself,
Yeah.
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 You're gonna crash and burn.
That goes into our next tip, which is number 2, which is to, yes, concentrate on studying, but take study breaks.
Right.
We know, scientists know, that your brain can only function in high gear for so long, right? And it's literally a thing we call cognitive load, right? Like, you can only engage with something for a certain amount of time.
So you're actually going to remember more and do better on your test if you study in small chunks.
Yeah. So take a break. Study for really well for 3 hours, and then take a 30-minute break. Take a walk, right? Maybe go to the gym, do some walking on the treadmill, play with some Play-Doh.
And the heavier the load, the smaller the chunk should be. So if you're writing a paper, a 3-hour chunk is going to be way too long.
Yeah.
So maybe a 45-minute chunk and then a short break. Yeah. And then go back to it.
I would be careful, though, when you take a break, and this is something that I've learned through experience, and wasn't it such a huge issue back when I was in school. But more now is I would be careful using your break to jump on social media.
Because then you might never unbreak.
Unbreak.
Yeah.
It can be really absorbing, and it also isn't really kind of the break mentally that I'm talking about. If you're studying, if you're looking at a screen for 45 minutes,
and then you switch over to social media, you're still staring at a screen.
Still looking at a screen. So when I'm really engaged in something, we're trying to write or trying to study or something, I like to either turn my phone off completely, and that may not work for you because, your mom's trying to call you, or your boyfriend or your sister or whatever, but put it on Do Not Disturb and just tell them, hey, I'm studying for this amount of time. I'll check in here and here and here, right? Because I know, thinking like my mom, when I was in college, if I didn't answer the phone, I was dead.
You're dead. Yeah.
So immediately in a ditch somewhere. So just let her know, or let your dad know, or whatever. I'm checking out for this amount of time. If you don't hear from me, that's why.
Yeah, I think that's a really good strategy.
Yeah, so kind of maybe make social media not your break. And I would actually try to tone down your screen time a little bit this week anyway. That's probably good practice for us all in life.
Yeah, we feel often like we're good at multitasking, and you can, have the TV on or have your social media up and study at the same time. You might feel like you're getting a lot done, but the research indicates you're really, really not.
Which also leads me into my, kind of our next, kind of sub-point of that point, right, is to choose your environment really wisely. Yes. So exactly what you just said. Some people do really well kind of with, background noise when studying. Some people do not. I'm a person that does not. I need quiet.
I need silence, isolation.
Yeah, me too. And some people are no, I have to be in, a busy, kind of noisy space. And get excited. There are spaces for every kind of studier in the library. So if you are me and Stephanie, and you need complete solitude and quiet,
go to the 3rd or 4th floor of the library. Those are quiet floors. People will not bother you there.
Yeah, and if you need a little bit of hum, the 2nd floor is probably good. And if you need a raucous, noisy...
The Learning Commons.
Learning Commons is where you're going to go. Yeah.
So with that in mind, if you're in the Learning Commons, it's going to be a little noisy these upcoming weeks. So
yeah, and if you're looking, again, _ if you're looking for quiet study, the 3rd and 4th floors should be completely quiet. Okay. This one's duh, and I sound like your mother on this one, but this is get some sleep.
Yeah, get some sleep. It's very easy to over caffeinate and stay up till 2 or 3 a.m. and we've all done it. I've totally done it.
I think it's a little romanticized too. I pulled a all-nighter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. You're gonna do.
You're gonna be hallucinating the next day.
Congratulations. Now you're gonna do worse on your test than if you just slept. Right.
Right.
Again, it's that idea of you can only absorb so much.
And if you need some research to back it up, retention is actually improved by sleeping. So if you study and then sleep, you're going to remember more than if you study right up to the point of the test.
Right, exactly. So true, right? So don't romanticize that idea of an all-nighter, which means prioritize and strategize how you study, right? So if you have a test on Tuesday, don't wait until Monday night to start studying for it. And I know that's easier said than done when you have all these tests back to back to back, but just schedule time. Maybe spend 2 hours this day studying this thing and 2 hours studying this. Don't all study for one and then try to all study for the next one and then all study for the next one in a row, right?
And take some time to kind of gauge what you're going to need to study the most for. So
that was a way better way of saying it than I. If you're struggling with algebra,
then prioritize algebra.
Yeah. Right. Okay. The next one, and this one, Stephanie and I were talking about this. This is one that seems kind of common sense, but really important. Double check those exam times.
So if you're a brand new college student, you might not realize that the exam schedule times are different from your regular class times. So you could...
It's just to confuse you in an already stressed out time.
Right. It's actually to guarantee that you have enough time for an exam and so that you don't have like 6 exams back to back.
Same day.
On the same day. Yeah, so go online. We can also post a link to it.
Yeah, we'll do that for you.
And look for the exam schedule for fall 2018 and double check it. I always would print mine out and highlight.
Me too. I'm a nerd.
Yeah. Hey, but
we got here.
Nerddom worked well for us.
Started from the bottom and now we're here. Right. Nerddom worked out.
But yeah, double check it because you could show up for your regular class and have missed the exam.
Yeah, and like missing the exam is I remember when I was like a GA and teaching, it was like the worst thing. Like you felt so bad, and there's often nothing you can do. Like you miss the exam and you're like,
there's nothing your professor can do for you.
You missed the exam.
So
double check.
I still have nightmares about.
Oh my god, I know, I do too.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say, like, double check, write it down, set 47 alarms, tell your roommate, tell your mother, tell your boyfriend, tell your brother, wake you up, right? Especially if you have that like 8:30, 7:30 exam. Like, make sure you know someone else is gonna be checking that alarm for you too. It has happened. Yeah. Okay, that's the easy one. Oh, the next one. Practice good test taking.
Oh, yeah.
So what do we mean by that?
So there are some things that you can do when you're actually in the classroom taking the test that can help you do better on the test. So what are some of the things that you can do?
Well, the first one is to like don't hyperventilate when you get the test, right? Like take a minute, center yourself.
That moment when you see, especially very long test or in a difficult subject, it can freak you out.
So take a minute, center yourself, couple deep breaths, and then the next thing I would tell you to do before you do anything is to read the directions carefully and thoroughly. Like, take a minute to read the directions.
Right, read the directions, make sure you understand what the test wants. And I also always look through the entire exam look through the entire exam to see what how long the thing is, what kinds of questions are going to be on there.
It may be a good, like, time management thing if it's a particularly long test. Like, if you know you've got an essay at the end of a longer multiple choice section or however know that you're going to need to set aside a good chunk of time to complete that essay at the end, right? Probably longer than the multiple choice.
Right, and speaking of like timing, if you do get stuck on a question, don't like sit there and worry over it.
Beat yourself up over that one.
Yeah, just move on to the next one and finish as much as you can.
And come back to it if you have time.
Come back to it, yeah.
And that leads us into something Stephanie and I were talking about before this, which is use the test to take the test. Especially in kind of like these summative exams, like final exams that tend to sum up either a half a semester or a full semester's worth of information. You may be able to answer some of the questions using the test itself.
Yeah, like some of the questions are going to contain words or ideas, hints that might help answer other questions. I know I used to teach literature. The test
that's a good one.
Pretty much answered
Always
themselves.
Does
yeah.
That. Yeah.
And that's another reason to read through the whole thing.
History too.
Yeah, history is a big one.
Especially if it's a multiple choice. Yeah. Okay, so
math?
Math, we don't know. We hope. I don't know. That's y'all's jam, right? But I think the math one, the particular one that's relevant for that one is the don't get stuck. Don't get hung up on one.
Just keep moving
Just keep moving.
And I know, like, when I was taking a math test, sometimes I would come across one, remember how to do it, and then all the other ones that were in the same kind of problem, it would be like, I got it.
I remember those days.
Yeah. Long time ago.
Thank God.
No more math.
Thank God. I know. I mean, and I do a job with, like, that never mind. Okay. And the last one is...
Get help if you need it. Yeah, you have a lot of resources available to you at the university, including us.
Okay, so we're still here, right?
Obviously.
We will be here next week, too. So maybe all those papers are due this week. Maybe they're due next week. But remember, we are still here to help you with any kind of research needs that you have. So don't hesitate to get in touch with us. So your librarians are still here.
There's also the USA Writing Center. They're going to be open next week as well through Thursday, the regular hours.
And Thursday's the end of the exam week, yeah? Right. Okay, and so we do go on interim hours Thursday evening.
That's right.
Right? So we'll close early, but you won't matter because you'll be gone or in your last.
You're not
that's
worried
the
about
beginning
that.
of the last exam period, right? So if you haven't studied by that point,
there's nothing to be done.
You're out of luck, right? You just need to show up.
And then finally we have the JAG Pals.
Yeah, okay, so JAG Pals will be here in the library on the second floor doing their JAG Pal thing. From what time to what time? I'm terrible. I never can
4
remember.
to 8, Monday to Thursday.
Okay.
And though I'm not sure they'll be here till 8 on Thursday because of the
exams start.
We close.
We close, so they can't be.
Right.
I think we do close at 8 though, right? Or is it 6?
I think it said 6 on the website.
I don't know. We'll be sure to post the hours.
Yeah,
we
we'll
don't
post
know.
it.
But the Jack Pals will be here, and they will not be
in academic support.
So
they'll only be here.
They'll only be in the library, right? So you've got Jag Pals if you've got like that tricky organic chemistry thing. You've got librarians if you're writing a paper and you need some last minute sources. And you've got the Writing Center who's amazing and they do amazing work and can't sing their praises enough.
Just some advice with both us and the Writing Center. Probably Jag Pals don't do appointments, do they?
No, I think they're walk-in. That's their jam.
But the Writing Center books up really, really, really fast this time of the semester.
Yes, because they're amazing and everybody knows it.
Yeah, they're really good at their jobs. So if you need an appointment, go ahead and book a slot so that you can get in.
Yeah, and so that's just kind of the 3 of the things that we've mentioned that are help that come to kind of the top of our head. But there are other options available to you. I don't know how familiar you guys are with like counseling and testing services and stuff, but if you need a little mental health check-in too, that's available to you. But you can reach out to me or Stephanie, and we'll put you in touch with who you need to talk to, depending upon what kind of help you need.
And remember, you can talk to your professors too. They understand that this time is really stressful. If you're not really sure, like what's expected of you at this time, just ask them.
Especially if you're first semester freshman.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So that's exactly 15. We're at actually 18 minutes.
Right, 18 minutes. Yeah.
So if you guys actually have any tips or strategies that we haven't covered and you want like if other people to know about them that work for you, post them in our comments. Let us know in the little Instagram comments and we'll make sure everyone else sees them.
All right, well, we're going to be signing off for the rest of the semester.
Oh my gosh, we will see you guys in 2019.
Oh, yeah. So good luck on your exams.
Good luck, guys.
Enjoy your break, and we'll see you in the spring.
In the new year.
In the new year.
Okay, guys.
All right, bye, everyone.
Best of luck, guys.